Hello, everyone. Hello. Let me turn the camera. Hello there. So, I've gone ahead and automated the process of making this werewolf. So, last time I made this wolf, it took quite a while because I had to do it by hand. But now I've automated it, and we have the rest of our characters as well. So I'm just going to go through them one at a time, so you can get a feel for kind of how things are working. The hands are tracking the pose, the kind of the default pose this character is in. That can also change. So all good stuff. And I am using the iPhone to track right now. Bam, bam, bam. That's me holding my glasses. So there's a few things you'll be able to calibrate when you're working with VNeon. And I'm hoping to get the Warudo export also automated. So should be good. Ooh. Oh no. Like I need to do the eye widen a little bit better. Then we got Gilly. Boom. Old lady. She looks the best, honestly. And something about his skin looks a little off. And boom. Another character. Yay. Boom. One more character. Nice. And then, of course, back to the werewolf. So a few final things to tweak, but we've really sped up our process here. I'm going to switch back to our normal webcam. Hello, for my human form. So, right now, the process is we make the VRChat avatars, and they are in their own Unity project. And then we take those files and we bring them into a second project, where from there we can create the VRM version. So this is like the very, very basic VTuber version, which we cannot edit nicely and is a little difficult to work with. So we usually convert it to another format, such as VSF. And now, the really cool part is I've made some scripts where I take my VRChat versions, I have this scene, everything's organized, VRChat versions, import a VRM, and I just right-click, and I would say export to VRM. And it would iterate through all of these, creating this set of files here, these folders. And once I do that, I can right-click those folders, import all VRM prefabs, and then it creates this list here. And as it does so, it is automatically creating some very important things. First, the blend shapes right here. All these blend shapes, it's creating that for each character to ensure that it is working, which is just the full ARKit facial tracking. So that's everything we need to get that to work. And it does that for each character automatically, so I never ever have to do that by hand again. And then also, once it's done compiling these, it creates the VSF version, which is really the version we're actually after and we'd probably recommend people to use. The VRM one's okay, but it's pretty bad. Like you don't get the nice materials and stuff. So we really want to point them towards this version. And then there's one more variant. So VRM can either create a VSF or this other version called a Warudo file, and that's probably what we'll automate tomorrow, is making that Warudo version. Now what I've learned, right now I'm doing everything in this editor, so I have to go from, just to show you, I have my avatar project, we have a VC face project, which is one we're looking at right now, and we have a Warudo project. All of these are different Unity versions, and it's just a lot to track, a lot to maintain. Super annoying. So what I'm going to be doing moving forward is experimenting with a command line interface for being able to create these versions without ever leaving my main version, which would be the Avatar 1 folder. Oops, I didn't mean to open that, but whatever. Just exit that. So that's for future experimentation. For now, I'm at least saving a bunch of time. And even just before making this video, I had to make changes to Darrow and Nora because there was some technical glitches. Darrow's teeth looked a little funny, and then Nora, her eyeballs were popping out of her head. So simple things to fix, but it did take time to go back and make those edits. However, with all the systems that I've made, it wasn't more than 5 minutes per character to get those avatar, to update it in Blender, get the changes in all versions of Darrow in Unity, and then from there, export it to this project and create the VTuber versions. And I think with just a little bit more automation, it will be as simple as getting it into the first version of Blender and immediately, or at the click of a button, will create all the other versions, which is awesome. Because at that point, we are really off to the races in terms of saving myself a lot of time. Yeah, more experimentation tomorrow. And thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, sorry, I didn't say the date. Today is March 19th, 2025. Later. Bye.